Hello, this is Miss Carr, and this is our social studies lesson for week 5. Review from last week. A continent is a large area of land. There are 7 continents on the earth. There are 5 oceans on the earth, and we live on North America. Let's review our continent and ocean song.
Hopscotch! The world is split up into continents. There are 7 in all. And if you get the gist, we're gonna make a list from biggest to small. They are Asia, Africa, North and South America, Antarctica, Europe, and finally Australia. Asia, Africa, North and South America, Antarctica, Europe, and finally Australia. Hey, my name is Asia, and more than half of the world lives here, but whatever. And I am Africa with desert for miles, and my Nile is the longest river. North America, start down in Panama, wide open spaces all the way to Canada. I'm South America with animals galore, where the rainforest grows, cause the rain really pours. I'm Antarctica, and I'm totally ours. And I'm Europe, you're welcome, for the pasta, pizza, waffles, and fries.
I am Australia, some call me Oceania. I got a lot of islands, too many to explain to ya.
We are Asia, Africa, North and South America, Antarctica, Europe, and finally Australia.
Awesome, and here's our 5 ocean song.
Hopscotch! About 70% of the surface of the earth is ocean water, and it's divided up in 5 parts from biggest to smallest. Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic. Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic. I'm the Pacific, to be specific. I'm a third of the Earth's surface where my turf is. And my Mariana Trench is the very, very deepest in the sea. And I'm the Atlantic, named after the Greek god Atlas, with the Bermuda Triangle and the Gulf Stream in me. I'm the Indian Ocean, I'm the warmest around.
And I'm the Southern Ocean, where Antarctica is found.
And I'm the Arctic, the smallest and the shallowest. But that's fine, you see, I've got more ice than you've ever seen. Even polar bears walk on me. We're the Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic. Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic. One more time. Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic. Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Southern Arctic.
Awesome. Okay, so this week you will know how weather and natural resources affect the way we live. So, Earth is our home. We use things on Earth to help us live. If you're looking at this picture above, it says circle things that do not belong on a sunny beach. If I'm looking at this, I automatically think, what is a bear and an igloo doing on a beach, right? You would not see those things on a sunny beach. I also wouldn't see this plant growing in the middle of the sand, or trash, or the sled, right? But what I would see is the sand castle, the bucket, the water, and all of that. Now, natural resources. A resource is something we can use. Natural resources come from nature. We use water to drink, cook, and wash. We grow food in soil. We use trees to make things. So after reading that, I'm thinking, okay, what are some natural resources? Things that we use that come from nature. We use the water. We can grow food. We can use trees. Those are all natural resources. They come from nature and we use them to help us in specific ways. Weather. Weather is what it is like outside at a certain time and place. Some places have hot weather. Some places have cold weather. Places can have dry, wet, or snowy weather. Homes can keep us warm or cool. The weather helps us choose what kind of home to build. Right? So now we're going to watch a short video about natural resources.
You certainly seem to be enjoying that shower, Nutley.
You know it, Professor.
But Nutley, not only did you take a very long shower, you didn't turn off the water.
That's okay. With all the rain we've had, we've got plenty.
I'm glad I came along when I did. It seems we have a bit to learn.
What's to learn? I scrub behind my ears.
Not about bathing, Nutley. About the things that are important for our daily living that come from nature. These are called natural resources, like the water you just used for your shower.
And we need that to keep me smelling fresh and clean, right?
Well, yes, but more importantly, all living things need clean water to survive. Can you think of another natural resource we all need in order to live?
Well, there's... Yeah...
Let me help you. Clean air is another natural resource we all need to survive.
Oh, so are those the only ones? Just air and water?
Hardly. Let's look at some others.
That's a great-looking forest.
Yes, it is. And trees are another valuable natural resource.
For nuts, right?
Well, yes, but that's not all. Trees also put the oxygen into the air that we all need to breathe. And we use wood from trees to build houses.
Trees are awesome, huh?
Yes, they are. And so is the soil they grow in, which is also another natural resource.
Hang on a minute. Plain old dirt is a natural resource.
Oh, it certainly is, Nutley. We use soil to farm. And on those farms, we grow food.
The earth sure gives us a lot of stuff.
Yes, our survival depends on these natural resources, and we should use them carefully so that we don't run out.
That wouldn't be good.
Right you are, Nutley. We must conserve our natural resources.
My thoughts exactly, Professor. So, what exactly does conserve mean?
Conserve means to protect something and not waste it. And there are lots of ways we can do just that, so that there are plenty of natural resources for everyone. Like recycling, which reduces the amount of natural resources we use and the amount of trash we put into landfills.
Recycling. Check. What else?
Keeping our air and water clean.
Makes perfect sense.
The animals and plants that live in the wild are another important natural resource. That's why we have national parks where they are protected.
I think I'd like to visit one of those national parks.
Oh, they're very special places. But remember, when you go, the only thing you should leave are footprints.
Oh, I get it. Don't leave any trash.
Exactly. These are all ways to protect our natural resources. But remember that conserve also means not wasting something, like turning off the water when you're not using it.
I'm sorry, Professor. I had no idea.
I know, Nutley. We all have to do our part. That means turn off all electricity when we're not using it, like TVs and lights. And don't waste water. If we all work together to conserve and protect our natural resources, then we'll have enough for your children and your children's children too.
Uh-huh. A Cornelius.
What's that, Nutley?
That's what I'm going to name my son, if I have one. And I'm going to make sure he has plenty of clean air and water and other natural resources to live a happy and healthy life.
That's a fine idea, Nutley. A fine idea indeed.
All right. So I hope that gives you a better idea of what natural resources are. And here's a fun natural resource song.
Natural resources are things we use from nature, and we use these resources in everything we do. From the water that we drink to fossil fuels, we use natural resources.
Oh my! This is a flood! Help! Help!
We use them.
But first, you need to learn about floods. Zoom in! Many of you might think that floods are just overflowing of water. Well, it is much more than that. An event when a dry piece of land suddenly gets submerged in water is usually known as floods. Oh, don't take it lightly. A flood comes in all depths. Sometimes it is so high that you don't even have a place to go.
Awesome. All right. Let's keep going. All right. So what is weather?
Hey guys, do subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon to be
Time! Too wet? Let's make some paper boats! Hi, I'm Ritu and welcome to Anu Club Weather. What does today's day look like? Is it cloudy, windy, sunny, rainy? These descriptions are nothing but the types of weather. So, our big question of the day is, what is weather? Before that, let me tell you what the weather is not. Weather is not climate. We've all heard variations of what a lovely climate to describe a pleasant day. But surprise, surprise, weather and climate are not the same. The key difference between them is time. Climate is the average weather of a region for a long period of time, usually about 30 years. Weather, on the other hand, is constantly changing from hour to hour, minute to minute, and second to second. Not unlike me changing my mind about what to eat. Samosa, maybe chips. Want a cake? Don't boo the weather for being fickle. It's not its fault. Weather is only the end product, like a samosa. If the samosa tastes bad, there must have been something wrong with its ingredient. A lot of factors come together to make a day's weather. These range from how close you are to a water body to the number of clouds in the sky. Even a slight change in any one of these factors could result in an entirely different weather condition. That's why predicting weather is so tricky. In all fairness, meteorology, or the study of Earth's atmosphere, has advanced greatly in recent years. We can now predict up to 5 days' weather with almost 90% accuracy. Now, your standard weather prediction will usually mention the air temperature, humidity, precipitation, sky conditions, air pressure, and wind. All right, that was an avalanche of sciencey sounding words. But don't you worry, people. After all, Anu Club is all about making the complicated simple. On that note, let's start with a simple question. What do you do before packing for any trip? Check how hot or cold your destination is going to be, right? Say you're going to Shimla during the winters. Then you might want to pack your woolens. If you're going to Goa in the hot month of May, packing a pair of shorts would be a great idea. Knowing the temperature of a region helps us make a lot of decisions. What to wear, what to eat, what to drink, and what activities to undertake. The one thing any weather forecast will tell you is how hot and how cold it's likely to get during the day. And by day, we mean from sunrise to sunrise. If you think the hottest time of the day is noon, then you're wrong. The hottest time of the day is usually during late afternoons, around 2 to 4 p.m. By this time, the earth absorbs enough heat from the sun and the ground is at its hottest. No wonder it's the best time of the day to take a nap. But imagine being stuck in heat and swimming in sweat. Annoying, right? We have humidity to blame for this annoyance. Humidity is the amount of water in the air. Water evaporates due to heat. When the air is saturated with water, there is no room for it to absorb any more moisture, including our sweat. Think of it like trying to dry yourself with a sopping wet towel. You know it's just going to be moist and icky. The hot water vapor rises up and eventually turns into clouds. Just so you know, clouds are not just pretty looking cotton balls up in the sky. They play a major role in regulating our daily weather. During the day, clouds control how much of the sun's rays reach the earth. More the clouds, less the rays. At night, clouds determine how much of the absorbed heat gets released back into space. So the clouds act like a thermal blanket, keeping us warm at night. Even if you're not up to date with the day's weather forecast, I bet you can tell it's going to rain just by looking up at a cloudy gray sky. But then there are times when the sky suddenly clears up. Where did they go? And how? If you haven't noticed, clouds move. This is possible because of the wind. Wind is the vehicle by which water vapor moves from one part of the world to another. This creates temperature variations, creating different weather. Simply put, without wind, weather would not exist. Of course, there are several other factors that play a hand in constantly changing our weather. Now that you know what weather is, join us in the next episode where we uncover the mystery of climate. Anu Club predicts there's a high chance you'll like it. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember to press the bell icon to be notified of our future videos.
All right. Okay. So, we can make choices based off of the weather. The weather helps us make choices about what clothes to wear and things to do. We choose warm clothes when it's cold outside. We play some games when it is hot. We play other games when it is snowy. Caring for the earth. We can take care of our natural resources when we reduce, we use less of something. When we reuse, we use something again. And when we recycle, we take one thing and make it into something new. So let's watch a short video about reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Hello, I am the Earth. Yep, the very planet you live on. There are 3 words which start with the letter R, which I love. They are reduce, reuse, and recycle. Do you know why I love them so much? Because they are almost magical words. They can make all living things, as well as myself, be happier. I said that they are almost magical because without your help, it won't work. They need all of you children in order to do the trick. Each and every one of you are the real 3 R's magicians, those 3 words which can change the world. Do you want to know how? Yes? Well, let's find out. The first R is for reduce. If you think about it, there are many things you don't need. When you go to the supermarket, I'm sure you can take your own canvas bags instead of using disposable ones given to you. Like that, you will be reducing the amount of plastic, which is very contaminating. And I'm sure that you don't need to print out so many documents or photos, nor leave lights, television, or computers on when you're not using them. If you remember this, you'll be reducing the amount of paper being used as well as energy, and in turn will be helping to reduce the contamination. And these are just a few examples. I am sure you can think of many more different ways to reduce what you are using or creating unnecessary waste. The following question will help you with this task. Do I really need this, or is this just a whim? The second R is for recycling. Now, it is easier than ever to recycle things we don't need anymore so that they can be reused. Near your home, you can find places like the recycling station and containers for cans, plastic, paper, or organic waste. They each have specific colors to make it easier to identify. By using them, you will avoid contaminating nature, the rivers and seas, as well as the atmosphere, which is the air we breathe. And finally, we have the third R, which refers to reuse. How many things do you think we can reuse again and again instead of throwing them away? Let's see. A piece of paper that has only one side printed on, a carton box, a plastic bottle. You think now. With just a little bit of imagination, I'm sure you can come up with many more exciting and fun new uses for them. And remember, if you apply the 3 R's rule, you will make me a much cleaner planet with less contamination and where we can all enjoy a better life. Because, as you know, children can make a world of difference.
Okay. All right. So that is our social studies lesson for this week. We talked about the weather, reduce, reuse, and recycle, and natural resources. Thanks for listening.